That is so funny because we were even talking about the clothes that the kids wear, the symbolism on the clothes. You have to be very, very careful. The music videos, the songs. What does that song mean? Could they be worshiping the devil? I mean, could these symbols be satanic symbols? But you want the latest clothes.
Yeah, and oftentimes we just assume, and it looks great, and you know, you can be driving in the car and it's a great beat, and I like this song, and then you hear the words, and so your daughter's listening to this over and over again. So it's no wonder when a possible relationship comes up, you know, she gets her basis from what the song said or what the video said. But if we can have that conversation, we can discuss what it really means.
That's key right there. Where do parents need to be? We're going to talk about that. We got about a minute left. And when we come back, I want to talk about when you're saying these young girls hear music and then they base what they hear repetitiously over and over and over. They base their relationships on that, whether it was with another girl or whether it's another guy. And I want to find out, where can parents or where can mentors break that to where that's not what it really is? You know, there's more to what they have to do. So I think that's going to be, I can't wait. I mean, because
it's good. And this is just so on time for us with us having made the decision we made about curtailing, you know, look to God. Look to God for everything you need, and I guarantee you, He'll order past. I can't say the TV show you can't look at for it.
Anyways,
but
we're here talking.
we're doing real talk,
real girls
for real girls.
Amen.
Amen.
And our guests are talking about their new book entitled "Real Girls: Shifting Perceptions on Identity, Relationships, and Media." And these two women are excellent.
Yes.
And they've been enlightening us during the break. And we want to talk, before we were talking about what the girls deal with, and when they hear things as far as their music, and they get that, keep hearing that, and that's what they identify themselves at. And maybe something wrong is with the lyrics. There's a lot of stuff going on. Where do parents either draw the line or step in, and what are we not doing?
Well, I have two views on that. The first one is that you could censor. You could just cut it out. But when you do that, you're not teaching your girl.
Right.
Because they're going to hear it somewhere. They're going to hear it at their friend's house or their cousin's house. They're going to hear it. So the other thing you can do is just step in. Whenever you hear them listening to something, talk to them about it. I've been known to pause a song in the car and say, "What's that mean?" Or turn it off. What does that mean? Because my daughter is 7 and she loves to sing with her cousin who's 9. And they hear these songs and they'll repeat the chorus over and over again. And I'll say, it happened just the other day. I said, "What does that song mean?" "We don't know." I said, "Tell me what it means. We need to talk about what this means." And the 9-year-old, very smart, says, "Ryla, I think she wants us to turn it off." "No, baby, I don't want you to turn it off. I want you to tell me what it means." And so they didn't know. They had no idea that it was a toxic message that was being sent into their brain and into their heart.
And I think the other piece with that, when we talked about teachable moments, but you know, have an activity depending on how old your daughter is. Let's write down lyrics today. Let's listen to your favorite song. And again, with Jessica saying, you know, what does that mean? Does that, after you listen to that song, how do you feel? Do you feel good about yourself? Do you think that it's appropriate words to be saying about yourself? And so it's just communication. And it's just, as a parent, not being afraid to talk to your child. Because children want that, but sometimes it's difficult when we have those generation gaps. But you know, when it's done in love, it's received in love.
Amen. You know, just quickly, some of the things that you were talking about in your book as far as what's happening with girls. 70% of girls believe that they're not good enough or don't measure up in some way, whether it's looks, school, performances, or relationships. 70%.
Yeah. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
That's a high number.
It's hard to believe.
Because of all of this, is this just in the school, or is just period?
This is universal.
Right. That research came from Girls Incorporated and Girl Scouts. We're both known to do very good, solid research on girls. So we pulled what they had done and built on it. And we can verify that with the girls that we worked with also, because we asked them in our pre-survey, do you believe that you're overweight? Are you trying to lose weight? And most of them are trying to lose weight. But when you look at the girls, they're not as a whole, they're not overweight. There may be one or two who could use to be a little more active, but it's not at a point where they all need to be trying to lose weight. So they've internalized some negative messages about who they are.
And I think that goes back to sometimes what they see.
Exactly.
Because you don't often see very diverse images of people in the media.
Exactly.
And I also think with the statistics, why this book is very unique, and not just a book, it's truly a model or a curriculum, if you will.
Okay.
But it does have strong research base. As Mrs. Traylor said, we have a survey, so you can sort of get an idea where the girls are prior to coming in with their knowledge bases. Then they take a survey after the 8 weeks. We have educational standards in the book as well that meets the standards depending on the state that you are in. And so that goes again to the different settings that you can use it. And it's youth development research. It talks about bonding, the importance of secure attachments, resiliency. So it's strong research as well.
I think it's crucial, it's important, because you mentioned like the Girl Scouts, and when we do activities, I think they should be solid activities, and you have to be careful when you put the girls in dance or ballet. You have to be careful of them not fearing, oh my gosh, I'm overweight at 7.
Yeah.
So I was drinking a protein shake, and my daughter says, is that chocolate milk? I said, no, it's something to help mommy kind of stay healthy. I could use it. She said, I could lose a couple of pounds. Honey, you're 8, you don't have but 10 pounds.
Exactly.
So, you know, and I was like, what are you talking about? So, and when we went for her wellness check, the doctor said, oh, you're perfect.
Perfectly
don't even worry
average.
about it.
Yeah,
and
that's good.
we haven't heard another word,
That's
you know,
good.
about it. So I could appreciate how you're saying we need to step in.
Yes.
If you don't completely take off, but just step in and curtail and teach.
Yes.
How could people, if they wanted to find out more about Real Girls or what you're doing with this curriculum, how could they get in touch with you?
Well, we're really excited with the curriculum as well. We also have a workbook specifically for the young girls. It's more of a journal. And so the Real Girls Shifting Perceptions, that's a book for workers who want to empower young girls. So that's not for the girls themselves, but the journal we have is called Real Girl Reflections, and that's for middle school age and high school age girls. If anyone is interested, we do have a website, and the website is www.realgirls.us. And if anyone wanted to contact us if they had any specific questions, contact at www.realgirls.us.
Okay. Is there a phone? Is there a number?
There's not a phone number.
There's not a phone
Sorry.
number. Okay. Email.
Email or the web.
Okay. Good. Now, do you offer like classes yourselves or something where they could? Okay.
We do. We're actually doing a Saturday in March for a local church, going through just 2 sessions in the book.
Okay.
So that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
And we also are available to do consultation or training for adults, because the idea with the book is that we can't reach every girl,
Right.
but we can reach some adults who want to reach the girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's a good thing.
That's good.
Because the adults could probably reach maybe more girls, do you
Tons more.
think? Than,
Yes.
Okay.
And if a youth ministry wanted to reach out to you, you would come in and train the youth leaders.
Of course.
And okay.
Certainly. And again, varied settings, educational settings, agencies, juvenile settings for youth.
Now, you're both in the school system. Do you think that the schools need to pick up more? Are they lacking? I'm not saying. I'm just talking about overall. I mean, I know there's things in the school systems, but are the older things not? You know, not say the older things. What we used to do, is it not working today?
Older things. We can't go back as far as you.
We're blessed to be in a setting where we have the freedom to do different things. The previous system I was in, I did a lot of testing for special education.
Okay.
And I do that still where I am now, but I also get to do group counseling. And so it's nice when you're in a school system that allows you that freedom.
Yes.
And I'm not sure that all school systems have the time to build that freedom in, but being a small system, we do. So that's really nice. The other thing the schools need to be shifting toward, in my opinion, is teaching children how to learn rather than what to learn. Because the information age we live in now, you can find anything you want to know. Google has made that possible. So they just need to know how to learn and where to find information instead of storing and repeating.
Yes. And I just wanted to add, I think it's important for school systems also to value the social and emotional impact of a child. Oftentimes we focus solely on academics, But if a child is suffering with their identity or in any other issue, we need to focus on that piece because it's the whole child. And so, and it needs to be relevant. They need to have fun when they come. In our groups, it's engaging. We have video clips, music, songs. You know, kids don't want to be talked to. They want to be engaged.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. And most people, you'll hear educators say a child wants some boundaries.
They do.
They want structure.
Yeah,
They do.
they need it.
Yeah. And do you find that?
Oh yes, they definitely. They need to know where they stand. Otherwise, they're sort of flopping around. Just they don't really
The fish
know.
out of water.
Right.
Tell us again your website and email address.
Okay, the website is www.realgirls.us, and the email is contact, contact@realgirls.us.
Well, we are so grateful that you came by to do a little real talk with us
Yes.
about Real Girls and your ministry.
Thank you.
Thank you.